Hello, thank you for joining me. I just wanted to go over College Choice Today's service. So I have partnered with College Choice Today because they offer online consulting and assessment services for students going into college. So high school students who don't really have a set idea of what they want their major to be, and for parents who don't really know how they're going to pay for this college education that they know their child needs. And so College Choice Today provides an online assessment consulting service as well as unlimited coaching for one flat rate. So there's nothing really out there like this on the market currently. Many coaches will charge quite a lot of money to just meet with the student, engage them in what they think they want to do, and then set them up with their application and kind of remind them and things of that nature. Now this can cost thousands of dollars. When I was actually getting into this business and doing my research, I noticed that a lot of the college coaches that are out there will charge anywhere of upwards of $1,500 to $3,000 to $5,000 just for a few hours consultation. So it's definitely something that is quite costly. Parents have not been able to afford college coaching in the past, and so they've kind of left a lot of these life-changing, crucial decisions to chance. And as a result of that, there are some pretty staggering statistics. 80% of college freshmen enter undeclared. And as a result of this, about 54% of them actually take 6 years to graduate in what we thought was a 4-year degree. And so they're taking longer, and those extra year, possibly 2 years that they're taking to graduate is costing them thousands more in tuition, fees, books, and even possibly room and board, depending on if they go to college out of state. So one of the things that College Choice Today looks at is the return on investment of the college in which the student is attending. So dependent upon their major, their career choice options, which they take an assessment, and their major, college, as well as career options are actually linked up, and I will show you a little bit of an example of that. So what happens is the student will actually take this online assessment. Now, this isn't an assessment that's going to take them 2 hours or 45 minutes, or it's simple. Okay, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes online, and what you get are results that look like this. So you'll get a few different colleges dependent upon the budget that the student has listed, as well as in-state, out-of-state. You'll talk with a coach, kind of go over what the different college options are. And so you will actually get the college options. Now this is just a sample assessment. And so obviously your child's assessment would look different than this. But you actually get, for some of the universities, and they're adding more and more every day. But for some of the universities, you can actually have a 360 tour experience through UVisit. And what this does is it actually allows you, so if we were to click on this, it actually allows you to go through and see the different universities and what they look like. And so I'll just kind of mute this because you can actually see on the side here that you'll have somebody talking, and they'll actually go through and they'll give you a little transcript here as well. And it'll actually go through some of the different information, and you actually have the opportunity to sign up for the virtual experience as well. So you can actually click on the arrows, and it will take you to different locations, all right, and you can move forward, you can actually progress through the university. You can also go onto the side here and you can see different aspects of the university, and so imagine the benefit of this, right? You are thinking about a school, and many parents, many students, they want to go to the school and they want to visit the school just to kind of see, where their student will be. Is it safe? Is the campus protected? What does it look like? What is the feeling for just etc. And this provides them a chance to kind of get an idea of what it looks like before they would go and spend the money to actually see it. So if they're thinking, wow, this just does not look like something for me, or yes, this looks amazing, this kind of lets you figure out, hey, do I really even need to visit, right? Is this providing me with enough information that I need? Or, hey, you know what, those 3 did not work out. I really only want to go see this one or these 1 or 2 schools. And so this can really help to eliminate the cost or alleviate the cost in some cases for actual college visits, which can cost a lot of money, right? So we have plane tickets, we have hotels, we have food, etc. And so that's a lot of money right there. So this is one of those things that can definitely help you to narrow down, right? Not to say that this can be used, in place of a college visit, but it definitely can be used to narrow it down so that you can see some of the different aspects. So this is actually the school. They actually have some renderings of the different new components that they're going to add. You can actually, like I said, continue on using the arrows and kind of walk through the different areas of the school. You can see like the common areas, you can see the residential areas, and again, you have people who are kind of talking and walking you through this, actual students who have attended the university. So again, this is something that is just an added bonus to what you get with your service. So going back to the results, you would also get to see your career assessments. And so what this would say is, you've taken your assessment, it's linked up your interests as well as your aptitudes to the best choices for not only your college, right, which you can see up here, okay, based on your budget, based on your interest, based on what you gave in your results on your assessment. Okay, again, 20 to 30 minutes, it's all online, it's easily accessible, and it really gets at the heart of what the student's interests and aptitudes are. Therefore, it can link them with possible majors as well as careers that they would be interested in. And so each student is given 10 bright outlook careers. Now, what a bright outlook career is specifically based on are one of these three groups. Now, it could even be a combination of these, but rapid growth, so there's going to be at least an increase of 14% or more within the 10-year period between 2014 and 2024, if there's numerous job openings, and also if it's a new and emerging field, okay? And so you can see they'll give primary careers, okay? So there's a couple here, and this is something that the student can actually click on, all right, and find more information about. So then you'll have secondary careers, and then there'll also be some career recommendations. So these might be things that, yes, the student, it wasn't necessarily a perfect match, but it might still be something that the student would find interesting. And when you click on these specific links, it'll actually give you the skills, the abilities, the knowledge that you need, okay, to do these particular careers, and it'll give you salary information. It'll also let you check out your specific state to see if there are jobs in this area, right? So maybe this is a career specifically for a certain state. There's, it's booming in one or two states and not really in the state that your child wants to live in. So maybe that won't necessarily be the best, course of action, or you have to think about, right, all of these different things that go into it, because we know one of the biggest issues that graduates of college are facing is actually finding jobs that are within their major and can provide them with the life, right, that they want, okay, with a salary, with pay that actually gets them a car and an apartment, or even a home, right? So we want these things for our children. We want them to be successful, and ultimately the whole point of college is to get a job. So the way that we look at college is that it's an investment. It's an investment in your child's future. And so you want to get the best return on that investment possible. And that's what we allow, is that your child is going to be linked up with their best choices for college, for major, for career. They're given all of the information so that you and your child can make the best and most informed decisions, so that you're not leaving these crucial life-altering decisions to chance. Oh, well, that school seems okay, and oh, it's okay if they don't have a major right away. They'll figure it out. But guess what? That can lead to an extra year, an extra 2 years, which can cost quite a lot of money. Okay, and so if we go back to the helping pay for college, let's just talk about some of the statistics, right? The dollars and cents of paying for college. So an average tuition, okay, for a 4-year public college, so this is out-of-state tuition, is about almost $23,000. For a private school, it's $31,000, okay? Now, for in-state of a 4-year, that's $9,000. Now, again, this is the yearly tuition. So just if we're talking about 4 years, right, we are saying almost $40,000 just for the tuition, okay? That doesn't include fees, that doesn't include books, and it certainly doesn't include room and board, which can be quite a lot, okay? So now for, let's say, a 2-year, okay, public university, so to get an associate's degree, job training, things of that nature, we're looking at about $3,300. So quite a lot of money, right? And there's also a huge disparity, right? We can see that the 4-year public university for in-state tuition is about a third of the cost, right? Actually less than a third of the cost as the private school. And so it's really important to have all the facts. And that's really what College Choice Today focuses on, right? So we want to make sure that students are given all of the information, that families are given all of the information so that they can make the best and most informed decision. Okay, for example, the reason that I got into and partnered with College Choice Today and started my business, My Education Connections, in partnership with them is because I saw as a teacher, I'm a teacher, I've been teaching, this is my 7th year, and I saw as a teacher that students were really struggling to make these decisions. Families were struggling. And it's such a high cost. Kids didn't know what they were doing. They're just kind of going into school, and it's kind of perpetuated that it's okay if they don't know what they want to do, when in fact it's costing them a lot of money. The average student leaves college with about $30,000 in student loan debt. This equates to about $300 a month that they have to pay for 10 years. So well into their 30s potentially, they are paying back the student loan debt. And I can think of a lot of better things to do with $300 a month when you've graduated college, right? You want to buy food, you want to make sure you can pay your rent, you want to make sure you can pay for a car, you want to be able to, be able to get to your job if you have one. And so what ends up happening is students aren't able to find a good job. They majored in something that they can't necessarily get a job in. They didn't really know what they wanted to do. They didn't have a clear plan. And so as a result of that, they kind of get stuck in sort of a remedial job. And guess what? They're living with mom and dad. And so mom and dad are still footing the bill. So they paid for college, and now they're paying for them to live with them again until really they can find something that, utilizes their degree. So this is something that was just really upsetting. I looked at my life when I was in high school as I want to be a teacher. I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And I decided, I don't need to go to a private school that's going to cost $20, $30, $1,000 a year. I don't need to do that because I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to go to an accredited school because obviously, you have to have accreditation for your degree to be recognized. And so I have a public state or state university that I could go to, that I got in-state tuition. I was also eligible for a scholarship if I chose to go to that in-state school. And so it saved my parents and I a lot of money. And as a result of that, I don't have any student loan debt. I was able to buy a home when I was, 24. I was able to buy a business when I was 26. I was able to, do things in my life that, travel and just, not have the burden of that crushing student loan debt. And that's really what I want for other families is let's see what your child wants to do. Let's target their interests, their aptitudes, find out what's best for them, find out what they want to do, what they're passionate about, what they love, right? And then find a school that's going to be best for that and that's going to provide them with the best return on their investment, okay? So that when they get done with school, they can get a job, right? And that they don't have that crushing debt, okay? And so that's really what we talk about. And so it's important to understand that, you have the uninformed and the informed buyer, and that's really what we help to do. We help to provide people with information so that they can make the best choices, all right? So we provide help with the actual career and college choice path. We also provide, some help, advice, tips on financial aid, how to find it, how to fill it out. If we go back to the assessment, actually, you can see on the side here, they actually give links. So this will kind of give an overview of financial aid, and then it'll also allow you to do scholarship certs, and you can actually target this and filter this specifically for your child's needs. So if they want to do in-state scholarships, if they want to do nationwide scholarships, if they want to do scholarships for their particular major, etc. It also talks a little bit about loans, giving you information on that, grants and scholarships, FAFSA. They give you application tips, and then you can also email and talk to a coach. Now, we provide unlimited college coaching, and so you will talk to the coach via email, via chats, via the telephone, and you can get this unlimited coaching. It's easily accessible, right? You can reach them, you can email them, shoot them a question. They're very responsive. They get back to you, and they answer your questions along the way. So even if you have a freshman or a sophomore, this program is excellent because it can really help to provide them with the assistance that they need moving forward. And so again, amazing opportunity. Nothing like this is really out there right now. And so this is why, you need this product for your child. And so another component that we provide with the aptitude and interest test is characteristics and strengths. This can really help to inform you and your child about what would be the best environment, the best career for them. And so it gives you specifics, right? And it also gives you how to read the numbers, right? So strong capability versus moderate versus minimum. And so what you excel in, what your child excels in, okay? And so this can, again, help to give them an idea of what they would be interested in. So you can see here career interests, and it goes over the different types, and it gives you specific information, right, about each thing. And so, again, informing your decision on what would be the best career choice for your child. And so for all of these, you notice that there is a hyperlink on here that you can click on, and it will actually give you additional information like we showed, and it'll also give you other recommended jobs, different education levels, things of that nature. Because for some of these, students may need to actually end up getting a master's degree, right, to actually have the job, to get the job. And so they can actually see the different jobs in their particular state and what the requirements are. So hey, you know what? Guess what? you have a bachelor's degree, but to get this job and to actually make that money, you'll need to get a master's. So do we want to do this, or is that something you're willing to do, or do we want to find something else that maybe is on this list as well? So it really allows you a platform to do the research all in one place so that you don't have to search all over the web, all over the place, trying to find between scholarships, between careers, between colleges, and get the information that you need, right? And in addition, right, you can actually go through and see the different colleges that's popped up for you. So it's really, really all inclusive in one place. I know when I was looking for, colleges and scholarships, I had to fill out a million different, sign up for a million different websites just to try to find information on scholarships and different, careers, and it was just a nightmare. And you spend the majority of your time looking for that, and it's super overwhelming, for families. So that's really the biggest thing that we try to do, is to decrease the frustration, decrease the, overwhelming feelings, make sure that it's affordable, make sure it's a return on the investment, and really align the interests and aptitudes to the child's best choices. And so the best thing about this, right, is the price, in my opinion, because we believe in affordability. And so let's think about this for a second. Even if this were to save, right, even with all this information, so just the fact that it's saving you time, right, okay, that's the biggest thing, right, because your time is valuable and you want to make the best decision for your child. And so let's say that just because of this, right, we ended up saving potentially a year of college, right? So if we go back to that paying for college, okay, we can see. So even if we went to an in-state, we found, the best return on investment was to go to an in-state public, a public university, in-state tuition, about $9,000 a year. The student lived at home, for example, so they saved on room and board, and so textbooks happened to be a little bit cheaper. So maybe we ended up being able to pay for it mostly out of pocket. And so with that, we have, roughly, okay, $18,000, let's just say, with a conservative estimate, that we would potentially save if the student didn't have to go an extra 2 years, or about $10,000, probably a little bit more, because again, they didn't have to go, they would still have books, they would still have fees. So let's say $10,000, even if it's just 1 year. So even if it just saves the student 1 year, even if it just saves them one semester. So if we take in textbooks, the average student spends about $600 per semester on textbooks. When I read that statistic, I was so surprised. Google it, look it up, do whatever you want to do, but it's on average about $600. Now again, that varies depending upon the location, the university, the classes, etc. But on average, it's about $600, and it's usually a range of about $300 to $600. Okay, so imagine that, just on one semester. So even if it's just one semester of tuition, that's about $4,500, and then let's say about $300 of textbooks. So almost $5,000 just if it saves them one semester, because they have a clear plan, they have a clear focus, they know what they want to do, they go into it informed, and they make the best decision. One of the things that's really interesting about College Choice Today, we can actually kind of look at some of the different statistics, and it says 50% of students actually change their major in college, and only 59% will actually end up graduating. Over $1.4 billion in this country right now of student loan debt as well, and so we want to really help eliminate that. And so one of the cool things is that the students actually enter into their college career, tend to graduate within that 4-year range, and it costs 50 to 80% less for students who have gotten the College Choice Today program. And so you can see here that it's only $295 for all of this. So the student gets the assessment, they get the unlimited coaching, they get all access to their career path options, to their informative assessment that really gives them their information about themselves, their aptitudes, their interests, all of that information, the virtual tours of a lot of the different colleges and universities, and again, the personalized college coaching, right, which is absolutely instrumental to really getting at the heart of what would be the best choice for your child, and those tips and advice that you and your family need to really help you, guide you through the process. Because again, it can be extremely overwhelming and time consuming. And so we want to make sure that we're not leaving these decisions up to chance, and that we're alleviating some of that stress and anxiety. So even if it just saved you a semester of textbooks, that pays for itself. Okay. So especially even if it just saved you one semester of tuition, right? It absolutely pays for itself. So I just, wanted to inform you, make sure that you were aware of this service, and really something that is beneficial to all students in high school, whether they are freshmen, whether they are sophomores. The sooner you start, the better, because the more prepared you are, okay, the more informed you are, the better decisions you're able to make. And so really, ultimately, I just wanted to share this with you. Please contact me. My contact information I will actually give you here. This is actually my Facebook page, okay? And so I can actually be reached at this Facebook page. You can see the URL up here. Also, If you go here, right, I can be reached at this number as well. Also, this is my personal email. It'll be on the site that you're actually seeing this video as well. So if you want to order, you can actually order today, and I have a special that you can actually get, instead of paying the full $295 today, you can actually do 2 payments of $159. So if it's, okay, yes, I understand, there are costs, and as, parents, we, just as adults, things come up in life, and so it might be hard to just be able to set aside $295 in one payment. So if you need to do 2 payments, you can absolutely do that. And so that's why you need to order from my partner portal, because the College Choice Today website doesn't offer that particular deal. And so if you want to, just go ahead and click on the button, and it'll actually show you and link you to my website. You can order it, or you can do the $295 as well. So if you have any questions or concerns, again, please feel free to contact me with any questions or concerns. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope and look forward to working with you and speaking with you. Have a great day.